It's very important to say that that clip itself, we hadn't heard that clip before, but it dated back to even prior to 9/11/2001. The production itself was very, very new, and we said that on CNN. So it's very important to say that these websites have been making it their business to produce tapes, put them out there, say they're new, and then it's up to us to really analyze them and find out how new they are, if they are new. If they're not, to basically date them and say they date back to that time or that time. But again, the picture on that website clearly is definitely an older bin Laden tape somewhere around 2003 or 2004.
Octavia, stand by, because this is an important story that we're working for viewers just tuning in. A website that monitors Al-Qaeda and other terrorist organizations now reporting that the Usama leader, the Al-Qaeda leader, Osama bin Laden, is going to be releasing a videotape in the coming days to mark the 6th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. That 6th anniversary happening on Tuesday. Clark Kent Irvin is joining us right now on the phone as well. He's the former Inspector General of the Department of Homeland Security and Authority on these matters. If this videotape does emerge, Clark, I assume it would be for propaganda purposes. Osama bin Laden and his supporters trying to rub it in the face of the United States that, look, I'm alive and well, I can still go on television and deliver these messages to my followers.
Well, that's right, Wolf. If there's a tape, and the tape has to be stressed, and if, as Octavia was stressing, the tape is new, at a minimum, it would have propaganda value, exactly as you say, indicating to his followers that he is still around and he can continue to at least inspire attacks against the United States. Of course, the worst-case scenario would be if it were operational, if the tape were intended to signal the start of an operation against us here in the United States. That's, of course, the ultimate fear.
And in the past, have there been those kinds of messages in these audio or videotapes from Osama bin Laden or from Ayman al-Zawahiri or other al-Qaeda elements that deliver messages to launch certain attacks?
Well, that's very difficult to say. There have been indications of that, and of course, our counterterrorism experts in the government, our intelligence officials have been very careful to look for that. It's very difficult to say definitively whether that's happened, but certainly it could happen, and it's certainly conceivable that we wouldn't know whether it was happening because you'd have to be privy to exactly what the code is. But certainly that's a possibility.
Clark Kent Irvin, stand by. I want to bring in our senior Pentagon correspondent, Jamie McIntyre. He's watching the story for us, working his sources in the national security community. Jamie, what are you picking up?
Well, Wolf, so far nobody really knows what to make of this announcement from a website, but I can tell you that just recently I sat down with a senior U.S. official along with my colleague Barbara Starr, somebody who's intimately aware of the search for Osama bin Laden, and this official conceded to us that they had not had a good lead on Osama bin Laden for quite some time, probably dating back until 2005. All of these reports about how the United States just missed him or came close to getting him, that's simply not the case. They hadn't had a good idea. So if this tape comes out, and it's new, as everyone says, they're going to be looking for clues to see where bin Laden might be, what kind of condition he's in. There's still reports that he's suffering from some kind of kidney disease that could be debilitating in some fashion. That's never been 100% confirmed. So they're going to be looking for fresh clues if indeed the video surfaces and it's new. But again, this may be an opportunity for the U.S. intelligence community to try to put some more pieces in the puzzle.
All right, Jamie, stand by for that. We're going to stay on top of the story. Word from Al-Qaeda that its leader, Osama bin Laden, is planning on releasing a videotape in the coming days to mark the 6th anniversary of 9/11. Much more on the breaking news. Also, Jack Cafferty right after this.